Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body through the night. Roxanne, you don't have to wear that dress tonight. Walk the street for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne, 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 Roxanne. Oh, I love you since I knew you. I won't talk down to you. I have to tell you just how I feel. I won't share you with another boy. I know my mind is made up. Hello my friends, I'm Nell and welcome on my Nell Music 101 channel. Today we're going to take a look at The Police, Roxanne. The way that I'm demonstrated pretty much with a nice nice groove, I feel. Just before getting started, I have a quick announcement to make, and that's the fact that I'll be making a series of lessons. I'll try to do that once a week that I'm going to call Burn the Pick, meaning that we're going to exclusively use our right hand fingers in the way that I like to play the most, and that's also what my students like to learn when they tackle a new song, instead of just using the pick for strumming. Where there's a lot of channels already showing that. I'll try to make something more on my more of my own strength, and if that can benefit you, that's awesome. So make sure you subscribe and like. That's really appreciated. And now let's get you started with your lesson. Okay, so this song is going to be divided into 4 parts, which is going to be we're going to show you the chords in the verse, the chords in the pre-chorus, the chords in the chorus, and lastly we're going to talk about the rhythm, how you can make that interesting with the right hand with a little bit of slapping and stuff. So for the verse, the chords you need are in those orders: E minor, and by the way, the intro and the verse, it's the same thing. So E minor going to B minor 7. If you prefer just normal B minor, that's fine, but to have this little jazzy color, remove the pinky, B minor 7. Go into C major 7, another jazzy chord, which sounds really nice. After the C major 7, you go back to B minor 7. Going back to A minor 7. So the A minor 7 is the same as the A minor, but you just remove the ring finger. After the A minor 7, you go back to a D sus2. It's kind of like the D, the normal open D shape, but you just remove the middle finger. D sus2. And lastly, that's E sus4. So that E sus4, kind of like an E shape, the E normal shape. You remove the first finger and you place the pinky on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Okay, now let's do one cycle of the verse with the chord progression in order. The rhythm is gonna go 2 downstroke every chords except for the last one, the E sus4, where it's gonna get 4 count, so 4 downstroke. All right, 3, 4. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night. Roxanne, you don't have to wear that dress tonight. Walk the street for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right. Now, instead of doing, we're going to see in the rhythm a little further in this lesson, instead of doing 4 beats on that E sus4, on that last chord before the pre-chorus, you can just do like 2 chords, 2 downstroke, I mean. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right, Roxanne. So it's like a nice break where you let the sound, the chord ring before going to the pre-chorus, which is A minor followed by D sus2 followed by E sus4. So those chords, you already know them. E minor, D sus2, E sus4. So Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light, Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. So as you can notice, every time you play that E sus4 chord, it lasts for 4 beats, while the other chords, they last only 2 beats. So that was the pre-chorus. Now let's take a look at the chords you need for the chorus. First, there's a G, then there's a D, then there's E minor, and then there's a G again, and another D, and finally the E sus4. And those chords are gonna have 4 beats, each one of them. From the pre-chorus, Roxanne, 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 oh. So that was kind of the complicated rhythm. If you want to make it easy, it's just 4 count, 3, 4, Roxanne, 2, 3, Roxanne, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. And then it starts all over again. I love it when I knew I'm tall. So that's everything that I've showed you. You're gonna repeat that for the other verse and the other chorus and whatnot. Okay, I believe now it's time for the rhythms. We're gonna break it down. First, we're gonna place our right hand directly on the string here with our thumb ready to play the bass on the 6th string, or sometimes it's gonna be on the 5th string. If, for example, we're playing a C chord, right? If we're playing the C and our bass is on the 5th string, that's where our thumb is gonna go. If we're playing a D sus4, well, the bass note of the D sus4 is on the 4th string, so our thumb's gonna go down. So depending on which chords, this has to follow, right? And your the other 3 fingers, the pinky's out of the way, but the other 3 fingers is ring on the 1st string, middle on the 2nd, and 1st finger on the 3rd. That can move around depending on your liking, how your ear tell you what sounds good for you. You can move that around to your own preferences, either up ear or up a string. Okay, now so breaking down the rhythm. First, let's try that. So just a cycle using okay, so what I just did is I plucked everything at the same time, right? So that was the first thing. Go ahead, rewind and play that again once you're comfortable with this. Once you are, we're just gonna mute it a little bit. Instead of letting it ring, we're gonna stop it like this. So you can either do that by taking the pressure out of the string like this. Hopefully you can see. So I remove the pressure here, so that makes the sound mute a little bit, which makes it groove. And now we're gonna add the slap here. So finally, the last part is we're gonna connect our two chord change by replaying the bass again. So that E minor here, okay, so what I did, right, just after my my pattern, just before switching from the E minor to the B minor 7, I just played the bass again. Pam 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 pam. And at the end, instead of either making it ring, that's something that you can do, but you can also just pa-pam, just pa-pam. Now, as far as the rhythm for the chorus, you can just keep on doing the same rhythm. Roxanne, 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 etc. But I personally like to make it a little bit different. So for that, you could use your basic strumming pattern, whichever you like. Me, that was, I believe, really slowly. I'm gonna demonstrate. Roxanne, 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 down, down, Roxanne, down, 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 up, down, Rox, down, down. So that's like down, 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 up, down, down. Yeah, Roxanne, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, etc., etc. Now, finally, a few extras for the more advanced players. That is, if you want, you can play on that E sus4, a little bit of rasguardo, which sounds like this. So that's rasguardo. You can, like, for example, you can just try using one finger. Personally, what I did there was using the ring, the middle, and the first finger. The pinky doesn't touch anything. So I go downwards using my 3 fingers, and when I go upwards, just my first finger. And at the same time, I remove my pinky here, just to make a nice transition in that chorus. For example, from the pre-chorus to the chorus, or from the chorus to I love when I knew you're I'm so down, etc. So you get the idea. Okay guys, one final extra is for the chorus. What I showed you was the simplified version. Now I'm going to show you what the real thing is. I'm not going to explain anything, just by demonstrating and presenting the chord sheet. I'm pretty sure it's going to be enough for you guys. So Roxanne, oh. So there's some, like, a quick chord change between, for example, from G, instead of going to D in the simplified version, you would go G, C, D, right? Then E minor, D, G. Okay, so that's the way it is in the real song. And now, speaking of chord sheet and what I just showed in the screen, if you would like to have that for your own, in your own computer, on your own files, I'm gonna set up a Patreon page where I'm gonna make that available for you guys, for those who support me, help me making more covers and making more tutorials. That's of course a great help, and you'll get the chord sheet in exchange. So I'm gonna say bye for now. If you have any requests, you would like to learn any song, leave that in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.